Welcome back, brickitectors. Some of you guys probably remember a little while back I ordered this set from Amazon. This is Lego Critter Set 31071 Drone Explorer. And this set came to me completely destroyed. So I emailed Amazon and their solution was to send me another copy of this set, only slightly less destroyed. But nonetheless, I ended up with two of these. And I was trying to figure out what's the best thing that I could do with two of the same Lego sets, especially after building the primary model, which I think is the only good model from this set. The other two are terrible. And I thought, why don't I make my own model out of this, using both sets and combining them together, a multi-build, if you will. And that's what I did. So let's take a look at my mock. I guess I'll give you a little backstory before I show you what I made. When this set came out, I really liked the fact that it was a drone, but it's one of those futuristic ones. This has a pilot seat in it and two engines on the side. And what I wanted was a traditional drone, like one that you would go into an electronics store and pick up, one that you would use for aerial video, like you see a lot of people using, like a Dji Mavic Pro. And that's what I kind of used to come up with the model that I made. So here it is. This is my DJI inspired Lego drone mock. I guess the first thing you're probably wondering is, what is that thing on the bottom? Well, that's just a stand that I have it sitting on. I used some extra pieces. In fact, I had quite a few extra pieces left here, considering I had two sets. Didn't quite need all of that. I used a little bit of that surplus to create this stand, which isn't the thing you're interested in seeing at all. What you did come to see is my drone mock, and this is what it looks like from up above. Nothing too crazy there. We've got the propellers coming out at angles, which looks good. The interesting thing about the arms of this is that you can move them around if you want to. So if you want to fold this up, you can fold them both back like this, which I thought was kind of interesting. And you can move them out as well. There is some other function here too where you can move these around. That is unintentional, not necessarily something I wanted to do, because obviously you don't want your drone to have propellers or rotors that are upside down. So I just kind of position all of those upright like that. And of course you just have these arms kind of moved out like that. So this is what it looks like from the top, which you've seen. Here's the side. The thing that's kind of weird on this is this piece that protects the camera, which is inside here. I guess it's like the windshield piece that was used in the other drone, but that's the only piece I had to really replicate what you would see on a Mavic Pro. And here is the camera that's inside there. And of course this can move around slightly. You can move this up and down like that if you're trying to get different angles. And I think that kind of replicates what they have going on there, and you just seal that up. There's nothing to really snap it in, so it kind of just sits there, but it does have a decent look. And again, this is what it looks like from every angle. I'll take you around the back here. Luckily there were a lot of slopes in this set, so it has some nice curves everywhere you look. And I did my best with the color scheme. I would have loved to have some orange right here to kind of match that up, but we kind of have the orange going into white, going into orange again. If you do look at a Mavic Pro, they are gray, which would have been great to have, but again, you're working with pieces that you have, and these are kind of like my favorite mocks to make. When you have certain pieces from a set and you're restricted to that, I kind of like using that as a challenge to come up with something that I could create from those pieces without really dipping into my collection. Another thing that I like about this is this curvature that goes down the back. I have two different angles happening here, which that really creates a nice tapered effect. And that again is what you'd see on the Mavic. The one thing that's kind of weird up front here are these pieces. I was trying to fill these sides in. Without that, it's just like this empty space inside there. So I was trying to figure out what I could do to make that look right. And I think that is probably the best I could do with the pieces that I had. And it makes it look a little bit thicker. Ideally, these would go back further, and I didn't quite have the pieces to do that, to kind of like bring it back to like right here. But still, nonetheless, I think it works okay. You want to see inside here, this is how the arms work. I don't know the definitions for pieces. I don't really look that kind of stuff up, but some of you Bricklink experts probably know exactly what I'm using here. I just kind of use the pieces that are given to me and come up with what I think is a pretty decent model. So yeah, there it is, my drone mock. Again, I want to come up with something that looked like something you would use in your own personal life as opposed to a futuristic flyer, and I think this does the job. You combine this with the base, and we just kind of set that on there. It fits real nice. Let's get it all centered up here, and there you go. You have yourself a Lego drone, at least my vision of a Lego drone using the pieces from Lego Creator Set 31071. A total of 218 pieces. Again, I have quite a few left over back here, but let me know what you guys think about this. I think it looks pretty cool with the stand, and a little secret here before we wrap up. I kind of have to have the stand because it sits a little wonky with the with that giant windscreen thing on there. It should be sitting more flat than that, but when you have it on its base, charging up, I guess, for its next flight, that's how it goes, and there it is. I want to thank you guys so much for checking this video out. If you have any feedback for me, positive or negative, leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Really do appreciate that. Makes me feel like the time that I put into this last night, which I was up until like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's one of those nights when you just can't sleep, and you're like, I'm going to build something. I built this drone. I'm pretty happy with it, but I'm always scared to put these videos out because every time that I look at this thing, there's something that I want to change and tweak and make better or make different. and when you put it out there, it's already done. So that's where I'm at now. If you do see another version of this later, it's because I kept looking at it and making changes. But anyway, again, I do appreciate you watching this video, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.
What's this, Dad?
It's a drone.
What's a drone?
Mm-hmm.
How you shot it?
Oh, it doesn't shoot. It takes pictures.